Hi, I'm Gladwyn and I'm a virtual assistant and author of the #1 bestseller, How to Be a Virtual Assistant. And in this video, I wanted to talk to you about how much you can expect to charge and get as a virtual assistant in the UK. First, I wanted to address a couple of mistakes that new virtual assistants make when they first start their business. Addressing these will help you not to make those mistakes so that you can earn the money that you deserve, that we all deserve, and also ensure that that work-life balance is achieved much quicker. Okay, so some people, new business owners, believe that they shouldn't be charging what other virtual assistants charge because they've not been in business as long. No clients are paying you for how long you've been in business. It's irrelevant. They're paying you for the services that you provide, for the change that you make to their business. So the length of time that you've been registered with HMRC or how long you've been paying tax as a new business owner, not relevant to them. They're not interested. They just want to know that you can do the services or provide the services that you're offering so they don't have to. You're making a massive change to their business. Another reason why some new virtual assistants think that they shouldn't be charging the going rate is because that they were on the minimum wage in their previous job. So they were on £10 an hour, let's say £10 an hour. So charging £15 an hour is huge to them. So it's a massive leap. So they don't need to be charging what everybody else is charging. No, not true. £15 an hour is nothing. In fact, it's less than what you were on if you were on minimum wage, because you're going to have to factor in 30% of that for tax and national insurance. You're going to have to be putting some away for sick days, holiday, because you're not going to be working 52 weeks of the year. Even if you want to, your clients won't be. They're going to be taking time off at Christmas at least. So that little step up is actually a step down. Another reason is people tell themselves that nobody is going to pay you that much money an hour. Nobody, when they could do it themselves. But they either can't do it themselves, won't do it themselves, or shouldn't be bloody doing it themselves because they mess it up. And also, this is true story, one of my clients charges £450 an hour for the service that she provides. £450 an hour. I charge £35 an hour. She's absolutely rubbish with technology, so I do a lot of the technical stuff for her. So if I'm doing it at £35 an hour, I'm actually saving her, quick calculation in my head, £415 an hour. Because if she was to do it herself, she wouldn't be able to do any client work during that hour. Or it would probably take her 7 hours because of how bad she is with technology. But she wouldn't be able to do any client work. So she would lose that 450 quid. So it's actually saving her money to work with me. And she's not the only one that charges that amount per hour. There are lots of people. There are lots charging more as well. But equally, if you were to find a client who charges £50 an hour for the work that they provide, you're still saving them money. There's a lot of people that will pay it. There's millions. I'm going to be confident and say there's millions. Millions seems like a lot, but there are millions. There was an advert on the television not long ago, it may still be running now, that says that 2,000 new business owners start every day. They're eventually going to need some help. Okay, so what you really came here for is to find out how much an hour you can charge as a virtual assistant. So I've addressed the reasons why you shouldn't ignore what I'm about to say. So at the moment, I'm recording this in 2022, and the going rate for virtual assistants is between £25 and £35 an hour. And there's nothing stopping you going straight in at £35 an hour. You may ask why I'm using such a big, like 25 to 35, a big, can't think of the word, but a big, is because apparently a society did a questionnaire and the average is £28. But I know that there are many virtual assistants, those that I've mentored, are earning and charging and getting £35 an hour. So I like to extend that. Okay, so your cogs are going now, aren't they? Now, again, new virtual assistants will often hear that and think, I'll go in at 20 quid. And then it'd be like an introductory offer and clients will just come to me because I'll be cheaper than the one that's charging 25. Genius. And you think you've cracked it. No, You've not cracked it. If you're charging £20 an hour and everybody else is charging at least £5 more an hour than you, clients are going to think, what? Why is she charging less? Is she rubbish? Is it a lesser quality? Is she the Audi VA? Also, you try upping your rate later. If you get clients at a lower rate, they've come to you because they can afford that lower rate. You then say to them, I'm going up to 25 now, mate. They'll be like, yeah, well, I can't afford that, so I'm going to have to drop my hours or not work with you at all. Also, this is the big one. So you're doing this, you want to become a virtual assistant for a better work-life balance. Whatever your reasons are for wanting to get out of the rat race and be your own boss and live your own life and enjoy your working life and not just like slog away until retirement. Why do I do that? I go on and give all these reasons and I forget what I'm doing. Got it. If you go in at a lower rate, you're going to have to work more hours than those of us that are charging more. So let's say, for example, I'm charging £30 an hour. We'll go for that. And you're charging 15. You have to work 8 hours compared to my 4 to earn what I'm earning. That's not fair on you. And that's not why you've become a virtual assistant. You're also now responsible for your tax, national insurance, any pension contributions you want to make, your annual leave, your sick time, anything, your savings, or well, you were responsible for that anyway, weren't you? But anything that you now want to, tea and coffee, you've got to buy your own tea and coffee now as well. There's not a kitchen, and you can't nick the paper from the stationery cupboard anymore. You've got to buy your own. So you're responsible for all of that. If you're charging, let's say again, £15 an hour, you're going to be left with perhaps £5 an hour. Yeah, this virtual assistant gig isn't going to work if you're going to do that. And that's why many virtual assistants fail, because they don't go in at the right price and they end up working double the time, or they don't get clients because people think they're rubbish because they charge less. Oh, I could go on and on. But you're not a bad person. Despite me going on and on and on then, you're not a bad person if you think that you're going to go in lower than everybody else. Not at all. We've all done it. And people will continue to do it, even after they've watched this video. But you're going to put yourself in a difficult position. You've probably seen videos or read blogs or, seen lots of stuff online where virtual assistants are earning like £5 a month. And they are. But they're not charging £15 an hour. They're charging £30, £35 an hour. And that's how you're going to succeed and get the money in every month, is by charging the right amount. Now, I've mentored a lot of ladies who lack the confidence. They don't think they're worth it. I don't know what to say to that. I just hate that we're made to think that we're not worth it. You damn well are. You really are. And you can get that amount. So I want you to just, easier said than done, I know, but just banish all those thoughts and don't think that you're worth less than us that are charging the right amount, because you're not. You're no different to us. Not at all. In fact, you're probably better. Now, when you start telling people what it is you're doing, I'm a virtual assistant and I'm charging X amount an hour, you'll get some people that have never been in business, so maybe some friends and family, who don't understand or don't realise that you've got to pay your own tax and national insurance. You're responsible for everything now. And when you say to them, I'm charging £30 an hour, they'll be like, that's too expensive. You'll never get that. Remind yourself that they're not a virtual assistant, that they're not running their own business. And remember that those that are running their own business and charging it are getting it. So Bob, who you only see at Christmas parties. Now, I'll be covering in other videos how to market your business and how to get your first clients. But I want you first to just get used to the fact that you're worth between £25 and £35 an hour, and you can get it. I promise. You're worth it. More than worth it.